Aishwarya Rai is one of Bollywood's premier stars. Her beauty and talent are celebrated far and wide, making her a global icon and a source of pride for India. The former Miss World is known for her ability to communicate masterfully in English. In this video, we'll listen to quite a few clips of Ash speaking English. We'll talk about her pronunciation, vocabulary, and use of advanced grammar and more.
Where are you from?
I'm from India.
From India?
I live in Mumbai. And,
Mumbai. Now that used to be Bombay.
Right.
And they changed it when?
Not so long ago, but so we're still getting used to calling it Mumbai because it's Bombay for us. But they changed it right back to Mumbai because that's what it used to be originally.
After the phrase getting used to, Aishwarya used the ing form of a verb because the to is not the infinitive marker here. It's a preposition.
But is that where it comes from, the Bollywood?
Well, I assume because, that's probably how it got identified. And initially, when I listen to my seniors, they're not extremely ecstatic about the fact that that's the way it's referred to. But now it's down in the dictionary, so that's the way it's...
And it is a thriving film industry, isn't it?
Some people pronounce this word assume, but according to the dictionary, it should be pronounced assume, with the sa sound as opposed to the za sound.
And what was your biggest film, your biggest worldwide film success?
Well, I think the first movie that not so long ago was Devdas that premiered at the Cannes Festival, and that kind of got people talking and noticing me.
Yeah.
Get someone doing something is a commonplace expression that means to get someone started on doing something, voluntarily or otherwise.
How many languages do you speak?
I can speak about 4 languages.
What are those?
And
Indian?
I do understand, yeah.
Okay, tell me the 4 languages.
Hindi, Marathi, my mother tongue Tulu, and broken Tamil as well.
Wow. It's just crazy because here in the United States, we speak English.
The host's mention of one language was a perfect foil to Aishwarya's 4 languages, which brought peals of laughter from the audience.
But now how did you get into your first... by the way, do you live with your parents? Is that true?
Yes.
Now, is that common in India for older children to live with their parents?
This question from Letterman was more like a dig at Ash, a cutting remark intended to mock her.
It's fine to live with your parents because it's also common in India that we don't have to take appointments with our parents to meet for dinner. So.
Oh. I think we've learned a little something here tonight.
By taking a jibe back at the host, Aishwarya proved that she was not one to give up without a fight.
So how did you get your first job in a film?
Because I first went into modeling, which happened by accident.
Well, how did that begin? And what age did that happen? Were you a young girl when that began?
Was that another jibe? Does this comment imply she is very old now?
Would you say you're a very practical, down-to-earth sort of person?
Down to earth is not for me to decide. Practical, I try to be. And realistic, yes. Practical and realistic, I do try to be. Down to earth is not for me to decide. That's for people to decide on my character.
Sometimes, when we want to emphasize something in speech or writing, we bring it to the front of the clause. This is called fronting. Aishwarya just used this technique. Rather than saying, I try to be practical, she said, practical, I try to be.
Do you think you're a romantic soul?
Quite. I like to romanticize about life. But I don't lose perspective of it at the same time. I don't don rose-petal glasses all the time. Life is real the way it stares you in the face, but try to make it beautiful and happy.
Don means to do on or put something on. This word is more common in literature than in everyday speech. When Aishwarya said, I don't don rose-petal glasses all the time, she meant it was not only the bright side of life that she always saw.
There's this constant debate about the paparazzi culture that is growing and growing and growing in India today. So do you think that this is affecting the kids and their formative years?
This is a given. However much we might want to discuss it, let's face our reality, it's not going away. This is the way of our chosen life.
Many people use about after the verb discuss. For example, we'll discuss about it. This is a common mistake in the Indian subcontinent, but Aishwarya did not fall victim to it.
Paparazzi, yes, we can on a human level engage in requesting some semblance of sanity around children.
Yeah.
because, you know, if they're too loud, we can say, please guys, tone it down, because you don't want to scare kids, because you're not going to go away and we are not going to disappear from the face of the earth.
The face of the earth is used for emphasis when talking about the existence or disappearance of someone or something. Here's an example. He's disappeared off the face of the earth.
Phones, photographs, you've got, I mean, paparazzi, everybody is paparazzi.
That is true.
Today, thanks to smartphones, everybody is. Now, is technology going to disappear from the face of this earth? No.
There is a photographer named Paparazzo in the 1959 Italian film called La Dolce Vita. This character gave rise to the English word paparazzi.
So we all have to figure out our ways, and it's uncomfortable. It isn't comfortable. I think intruding on privacy will always be an extremely uncomfortable situation, but I think we all have to figure it out.
What's privacy in British English is privacy in American English. Take your pick.
We on this side, the photographers on that side. You still have to figure it out. How are you going to get your picture without it becoming completely nuts?
Absolutely.
And we have to figure out a way, which we probably never will, to try and live with it.
Aishwarya said in an interview that she speaks English in a more anglicized accent when speaking to a native speaker of English. Clearly, she's not doing that here.
Is it true that you did not want to be an actress?
I did not ever think I'd be here. I was studying to be an architect. I was a science student, and no one in my family has ever belonged to showbiz, so I was virtually invited.
The word virtually has two meanings. First, on a computer rather than in the real world. Second, practically or effectively. Did Aishwarya use the first meaning or the second? Please comment below.
I read somewhere that Bollywood makes 2 or 3 movies every single day. Is that true? Or they produce that many a day in a year?
Well, in the Indian film fraternity, we do make a lot of movies, and they do get viewed, they find the audience.
Well,
so,
they have something like 5 billion viewers.
Fraternity on its own means a feeling of friendship, but when combined with another word denoting a profession or group, it means all the people who work in that profession or group. For instance, the teaching fraternity.
How many of these films show on television or in movie theaters? Do they always go to movie theaters first?
Yes, yes. First to the theaters and then to television.
Well, and did you enjoy making the Pink Panther?
Absolutely. I mean, come on. It's Pink Panther. It's a franchise we've grown on. And, you know, it's a fun ride. So we just had a fabulous time.
Should it be it's a franchise you've grown on, or it's a franchise that grows on you?
You don't keep in touch. Look at you.
I know.
No, but I do have a friend in you.
Yes, you do.
Exactly. It's that knowledge. It's there, and you can tell when it's true and you can tell when it's not. I can tell friends from acquaintances.
If you can tell A from B, you are able to see the difference between A and B.
What about Oprah?
I think I can go on and on about how thrilled I was to meet her.
You draped a sari around Oprah.
Around Oprah.
And you draped a sari around her jeans.
I have to tell you how that even happened. I was extremely nervous doing it because I've never made somebody else wear a sari.
Two common causative verbs are make and get, used to indicate what the subject gets done by someone or something else. You make someone do something, but you get someone to do something.
How different was it working in a Hollywood film compared to ours?
What's interesting is while there may have been very fine differences in terms of the kind of call sheets or readings, I'd start seeing that change already coming in to our units.
A call sheet is a daily schedule that outlines the details for a day of filming. It contains key information about the cast and crew's responsibilities.
Why are your performances in some films outstanding and in some forgettable? Is it the director?
Why it works or why it clicks, the director plays a huge
That's
hand.
what I thought.
Obviously, because he is the captain of the ship. He is the filmmaker.
English accents can be either rhotic or non-rhotic. Rhotic speakers pronounce the R in words like hard and mother, but non-rhotic speakers don't pronounce the R in these words. Is Aishwarya a rhotic speaker or a non-rhotic speaker?
Many years have passed now, and I know that you've moved on and he's moved on, but can you look back at the Salman episode objectively?
That sounds like a bolt from the blue.
I wouldn't want to get into looking at it any which way, and especially on a public platform.
Sure.
I really wouldn't want to.
Do you feel negatively about it?
I've exercised my demons. It's a thing of the past. It needs to be left right there.
Exercise your demons is an expression that means to get rid of negative thoughts or emotions. It's a kind of mental cleansing.
Aishwarya, thank you so much for finding time for me in cinema.
Absolute pleasure.
You're even more beautiful in the flesh.
Oh, we tried.
Feel free to say the same about me.
Even more beautiful in the flesh, or would you prefer handsome?
Whatever you prefer. But
Ash has quite a sense of humor, doesn't she?
how do you enjoy Cannes? How does Cannes compare to the other festivals you attend, the other film festivals?
I'm very much at home here because I've been coming here for so many years, and just the beginning was very, very privileged for me. It was an honor and an incredible experience, and then down the years, this is my 10th year here.
Wow.
So that's why I'm virtually like part of the family here, so I'm very much at home.
Sentence stress is when speakers emphasize certain words within a sentence to signal important information. Aishwarya seems to put stress in the right places.
I feel the more we talk about our characters, about the storyline, it tends to dilute what the film is all about and kind of tends to create preconceived ideas. So I always leave this open to the audience to come forth and see it, but I think the fact that you're given an idea that this is Lizzie from Pride and Prejudice is a fairly broad giveaway.
She's talking about her first English movie, Pride and Prejudice. By the way, giveaway means something that makes it easy for you to guess something. For example, she had a sleepless night. Her dark circles are a dead giveaway.
Gurinder is a British filmmaker. So she's British. She's got a couple of actors who are from the British film industry. She's got technicians from here. And then again, she's working with actors from the US. While in doing that, you have all of us belonging to one film.
In Indian accents, the wa and va sounds are muddled up, with the result that wine sounds like vine. For Ash, however, this is virtually a non-issue. One of the reasons why her English sounds so good. The same can be said of Shah Rukh Khan as well. Shamim IELTS has a similar video on him.